So welcome everyone for coming to this Yin and Nidra class in the evening. And if you have any questions, let me know now. I'm going to resend the playlist, so I'm going to place it down and send it via the chat window. And I might send it one more time just in case anyone is missing it. So wait before we start it. So we all start together. We're all on the same length. So today I've got a flow for our shoulders and for our neck and back. So the things I'd like you to get, if you have them, is a book, a big book or two, maybe a pillow or two, or a towel, like something that you can place over the book so they're not so hard, and maybe a scarf or a belt, because we're going to go into eagle arms. If you know this is a horrible pose and you don't like it, don't worry about the strap. We're going to go into the alternatives, maybe into, sorry, eagle arms. The other one was archer arms, sorry, the variation here. So if you know your shoulders are quite tight and you're straining with a variation of one hand behind your back, then just leave it out. So I'm just going to let you know about these things beforehand before we go anywhere. Good. And if you have like some nice props for yourself, I'm going to gently start with our meditation. So welcome everyone who's just come. I'm going to send the link just the third time, just in case someone didn't get it. Sorry for the third chat window. So this is a playlist that I have created for you to play if you would like to. Okay, and then you can start the playlist if you like. So here we go. You can't hear it from my headphones, which is quite interesting. Okay, so bring yourself into a comfortable seated position, sitting on your mat. Oh, I have to mute you all. There we go. Mute all. There we go. Muting you all. Otherwise, you all play the same thing. Resting your hands in your lap or on your knees. Feel the sit bones grounding on the floor. Make it so that you can think of staying here for a while. And then take a full deep breath in. Feel how the chest expands as you breathe in. And on the exhale, let the air slowly fall out of the mouth. And with that release of air, let your shoulders and neck gently melt. With your breath, just feel how with each breath you can allow release enter into your body. If your eyes are still open, allow them to become a little heavy so that the eyelids slowly start to close. Bringing your gaze now inwards. Feel the rise of the heart as you breathe in, and the softening of the limbs as you breathe out. Just remaining that softness throughout the body, just enough so that your spine is still long and the heart opens while the crown reaches still up towards the ceiling. Let yourself arrive in this space, the space that you are in, your home, where you feel safe. Let the safety be inside. Let us connect within in this hour. Become very curious about all that is happening within, all sensations, all thoughts, all distractions. Because what we're practicing is to let go of fear and anxiety by being present in the moment. Because this present moment is perfect as it is. No need to change anything, you're just here. Practicing together with me, all together, connected. to come like waves, inhaling deeply. And there's a wave of release, exhaling through the mouth or nose, ends, feeling the moment when the breath again breathes in. Let any worries or thoughts of worry softly glide away. And maybe now you might find that the spine has a little bit more space. That the shoulders have become a little heavier. Let your legs and thighs and hips feel firmly rooted into the ground. Let the breath coming from our everyday busy lives, or just trying to get ready in time for the class, has now softened, has become a little calmer. And we will try and maintain this breath. So if you notice throughout the practice that you are struggling to breathe because the pose that we're entering is challenging you to go back to the drama, to try and struggle with your body, just gently retreat a little bit until you find this soft breath. And then from here, bringing your hands to your heart center if you like, lifting your heart to your hands. Take a moment to set an intention for yourself, to say a prayer or to send out energy or love to somebody or something outside of your physical body. We're going to open the space with 3 Brahmari breath. Brahmari breath is a humming sound. So feeling the vibration between your lips. It can be any sound, soft and gentle. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Just exhale, sighing it out. And then we'll do 3 rounds of humming. Take a breath in to begin. Once you're done with the hum, just feeling that vibrant echo in your heart space if you did hum, or if you just listened, just slowly starting to blink the eyes open. Our first pose is going to be butterfly with a variation of our wrists. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, bring them a little bit further forward. If you like to sit on something like a cushion or your books to lift yourself up a little bit higher, then please do so. Otherwise, if you feel that your legs are quite tight and your hips are feeling sore or tender today, then you might want to take 2 cushions, maybe 2 towels underneath your thighs. And then from here, we're just for a minute, we're going to place our fingertips in front of us and start to stretch the palms forward. So we're just going to stay here for 1 minute. So without leaning forward too much, see if you can reach the fingertips onto the floor and draw the palms forward. So you feel also maybe a little stretch at the front of your arms. You can also do it inside of your legs if you can't quite reach there. And we're not staying too long. Just feeling that little stretch of the hands on the floor, palms reaching forward, staying here. While we again connect to the breath. So maybe if you're working at home and you're sitting more at the computer or on our phones than usual, you can here stretch out a little bit through the hands, giving them also a little bit more space. Just gently placing that weight forward. Just 20 more seconds here. And then slowly releasing the hand by peeling the fingers towards you, so peeling the fingers off the floor, and then just placing the hands down in front of you, or you can make some fists with your hands, give them a little stretch, and then slowly starting to fold forward for another 3 minutes in butterfly. So releasing the head now slowly down. And just while we're here and you're entering this pose, I'm just going to give you the principles of yin if you are new to this practice. So we're going to enter a shape very slowly and carefully, noticing when our body and where our body starts to show the boundary, so the restriction, when we first start to feel something, called the edge. Once we have encountered this edge, we're going to slowly see if we can release a little bit more and then remain still for a certain amount of time. While we are in this pose, thoughts, feelings, sensations might arrive, some of them nice and beautiful and joyful, and some of them challenging. Once you notice that there is a pain, a sharp pain, you might like to adjust the pose a little bit by coming out of it, which is why we want to enter the pose slowly, not fast. As if you are just beginning anew to learn about your body. And during this time that we remain still, our body very slowly starts to open. Very slowly gives us a little bit more space, without us having to do anything except letting go to gravity. Try not to move, the only movement being your breath and sinking into the pose through gravity. One more minute. And then taking a deep breath in through your nose and exhaling, sighing out through the mouth. Slowly start to walk your hands back towards you, stacking the body back up onto the hips. Let the head come up last. And then lengthen your legs away from you, one by one, and come lying on your back. Arms by your side, legs outstretched. And just feel how the body again returns back to a neutral place. A place where you feel at ease and comfortable. Alright, let's move on. Let's move on to the next pose. So bringing your knees back up and then drop them over to one side and roll the body all the way to the side, pressing your top hand into the floor to come up to seated. From here we're going to come to the pose where you might need your strap or a towel or a belt. Coming into shoelace position with the legs, and I'm going to show you how we get into this. If you know shoelace is not available for you, you might come to half shoelace, which I'll also show you. So from your tabletop position, you're going to take your right knee forward and cross your right knee over your left. So the legs are together, knees are squeezed together. Then bring your feet out to the side and walk your hands back until you feel you can sit on the floor. If this is too intense for your hips, take maybe your book and your cushion and place it behind you so that you have a little bit of something to sit on. This is an outward rotation of your thighs. If this is still too intense, straighten out your left leg. You can also sit on the floor for that, and make sure your knee is protected if you're hypermobile by maybe placing another towel or something that gives it a little bit of support. Now, we're going to add the arms. If you have your knee panel, I'm going to go backwards so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to take our left hand behind our back and you're going to wriggle the left hand up to the center of your shoulders. And then reaching your right arm up and see if you can reach back towards your fingertips. Lifting up through the elbow and keep the chin slightly drawn in. If this isn't available, you can use your strap, just holding onto the strap. Try not to tense up on the shoulders. If this is too much, then place your left hand on top of your right elbow. So I'm just giving you all the options. Or you can just do the whole pose without arms and just having the hands in front of you, maybe even folding forward. So we're going to start this pose for 3 minutes only, so not too long. We're going to start now. Try and connect again to your breath, closing your eyes. If you notice you are struggling, just let go of your arms if it's too much, or see if you can find a little bit of release. Relax your legs. This pose helps us open up through the shoulders. So inward rotation of the left arm. Extension, outward rotation of the right arm. Two more minutes. Notice all sensations that arise, especially as this can be quite a challenging pose. Try and remain calm. If you've noticed you have a little bit more space, maybe it feels nice to gently lean forward Last 20 seconds. And take a deep breath in, exhaling. On the next inhale, slowly roll yourself back up. If you have the arms, slowly releasing the arms. Take a moment to adjust the arms to the side. And then bring the hands behind you. Bringing the fingers to point back. And then stretching your legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. And then slowly again, lying on your back, arms and legs out to the side. Relax the whole body for a few moments. Resetting, reconnecting. Observing that flow of energy that you opened up through making space in the shoulders and hips. Cat that wants to come in. So nice and slowly. Breathing in, take a breath and then roll your knees over to one side and coming back up to seated. And then come back into your tabletop position. And then bringing your left leg over your right. Bring the legs out in a nice wide stretch and then sitting back with your hips. Again, using all the props that feel that they're supporting you. And then bringing your right hand behind your back. Wiggle the arm up, if that's available. Or just holding on to the left elbow to lift up. If you prefer doing eagle arms, you can do that too. And then from here, once you're settled, 3 minutes. Follow the breath movement calmly and steadily. Keep feeling how your heart expands as you breathe. How with each exhale you can soothe the tightness in the shoulders. Halfway. And again, if you were leaning forward, finding that space slowly. One more minute.
And then taking again a deep breath in and sigh it out. Slowly releasing, coming back up. Releasing the arms. And then again bring the hands behind you, palms on the floor, fingers back. Stretch out the legs in front of you. Give them a little shake. And lie on your back. Feeling how the shoulders relax back into the floor. They might feel a little warm, a little tingly. Your hips might feel like there's a bit more open space. In the moment, we're going to come to a little back bend, so again, opening up through the shoulders. So from here, again, bring the knees back into the chest. If you like, you can roll up and down the spine for a little back massage, or you can again roll over to one side until you come to seated. So from here, we're going to come into a heart opener. Keep going away. Terrible cat. And from here, you're going to bring the arms forward, hips over your knees, and then see if you can reach them forward until you can rest your forehead on the floor. If this is too intense for your arms, see if you want to bring the hips slightly further back, coming to maybe a tadpole variation of this, so maybe with your knees open and then sinking back. This cat is very needy today. I don't know why, I think he's hungry. And then either staying here, or if you have the hips over the knees and you're feeling this is intense, you can maybe place a little towel or a cushion underneath your forehead. If this is still too much, we're going to take one arm at a time. So bending your left elbow, placing your forehead on the elbow, and then bringing the right hand forward first. And then I'm going to tell you halfway when we're going to switch. I'm going to stay in here for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, starting now. Feeling how your chest softens towards the floor. If you need to bend your elbows slightly to adjust as well, you can do that, or keep the arms nice and wide. The sensation might be under the armpits, maybe the top of the shoulders, maybe the middle of your back. Working here in the heart and lung meridians, and the yang meridians of the upper body. Surrendering more and more into the heart, falling inwards. Feeling how the space of joy enhances with each breath that you send to the chest and the back. If you have the one arm variation, slowly start to switch over, now bending your right elbow and then bringing the left arm forward, finding that length from the hand to the shoulder. 2 more minutes.
Last 30 seconds. And slowly breathing in. On the exhale, release even further. And then slowly draw your hips back if they were over your knees. Relax your head, bending your arms. Push the hands underneath your shoulders to come slowly up. And then sit back onto your heels, drawing your hands back, and just take a few rolls with your shoulders. Good. And the other way around, little circles with your shoulders. Walking yourself forward again, and then sit onto one side, bring the legs out in front of you, and come lying again on your back. Just for a few moments. Feeling again the heart being open towards the sky. The weight on your body on the floor. We're going to move to the next pose, which is going to be, with a funny name, Bananarasana. Bananarasana. So if you would look from above onto me, I would look like a banana, the shape of a banana. So sideways stretch. What we're going to do, listen, we're going to wriggle our hips over to the left side of your mat, and then reach your arms up, and then hold with your right hand your left wrist, and lean over to the right with your upper body, so you feel the stretch in the left side of the body, left ribcage. Now you're going to walk your feet over to the right side of your mat, and this is your choice. You might either like to stay there, or you might try to cross your left leg over your right. Some prefer the right leg over the left. See what feels more comfortable for you. I have to get my clock back, otherwise I can't see the time. So we're going to again stay here for 3 minutes. So either left leg over right or right over left. So it's a side stretch for the spine, expanding through the left rib cage. Your left arm might be straight, or you just might bend it slightly. Working into the gallbladder meridian running on the side of the body. And if that is stimulated and in tune with the energy flow of the body, we have fiery energy, we are motivated, we are clearer in making decisions, and we know more about our boundaries. Two more minutes. Feel how with each breath you can send the breath directly to the left side, ballooning out the left rib cage as if the air can find space in between the ribs. Last minute. And with the next inhale, fill up the whole of the left side of the body. And if you like, a big sigh out. Release your arms first. And then slowly, if your legs were crossed, uncross them. Step the feet in first before you move. And then just lifting up through the hips. And wriggle yourself back into the center, bringing your arms down for a moment. And then maybe just drop your knees side to side for a little release of the lower back. And let's come to the other side. So bringing your hips over to the right side of your mat, stretching out the legs, and then reaching your arms up, grab hold of your right wrist, then lean with your upper body as far as you can over to the left side of your mat, and then bringing your legs over to the left side as well, and maybe again crossing the ankles, either right on top or left on top. And move my clock. And again, starting 3 minutes. Feeling now how the right side feels in comparison to the left. One side might be a bit tighter, or just feel tighter. Maybe you went a bit deeper. Just observing again all sensations. Two more minutes. Last 30 seconds. And then again, breathe in deeply into the right side of your body. Exhale, releasing that space. Start to release the arms first. And then slowly uncrossing the legs. Stepping the feet in. And then bring the hips back into the center. Good. And again, rocking the knees out side to side. Good. Lovely. I'm going to give you two options now for the final pose, which is going to be a forward fold. It will either affect more your spine, massaging your intestines in most cases, or it will affect more your hamstrings. So I'd like to finish with caterpillar or with snail. If you have a wall nearby, you might like to, I'll just show you against my wardrobe, you might like to bring your hips against your wall and just bring the legs up.
This can feel really soothing for the back. You might like to bring your arms into cactus, so elbows bent in height of the shoulders. This can be another variation, so I'll give you 3. Or you can bring your legs out in front of you, working on your hamstrings, just bringing the hands around your legs and then starting to slowly fold forward until you feel it either underneath your hamstrings or into your back. The third option is a little bit more advanced, so please only go there if you feel your neck and shoulders are okay. Treating this as if you are doing your self-practice. So caterpillar would be, snail, sorry, lifting your legs up over your head and then maybe either resting your knees onto your forehead or reaching your arms to the back. Maybe you can bend your knees so that they come around your ears or just around your head. We're not going to stay too long, so just another 3 minutes. Again, all 3 of these poses help to widen the back. The forward fold, massaging our intestines or legs against the wall help to bring the energy back into the center. One more minute. And then if you were in snail, bringing the hands maybe onto the lower back and slowly with control, you can either lengthen the legs and bring the hands on the floor, slowly roll yourself out, maybe the head lifts, maybe it stays down. If you are in your forward fold, slowly come up. If you have the legs against the wall, just roll yourself over to one side, lie there for a moment and bring your way slowly back to your mat. What can happen is because it's a deep stretch in the back, you might like to just for a moment have the knees bent and bring the knees together until your back feels like it's softening into the ground. Take a few breaths to reset the body before we come to our Yoga Nidra practice. And when you feel that your spine feels okay, you can either lengthen the legs away. Maybe it feels nice to place a rolled up towel underneath your knees so you have a little bit of a lift for your knees. Maybe it feels nice to have a blanket over you with your arms by your side. Make sure you're as comfortable as you can. Maybe you'd like to place an eye pillow over your eyes. Come up. That's it. Make it as if you really are just about to go to sleep, but otherwise
Just come lying down on your back for your Yoga Nidra practice. So don't worry what I'm doing, I'm just sitting up because I'm just going to do it while seated rather than lying down. That's it, good. And then just start by feeling your body and the floor. Check in with all parts. Check in with the feet, the ankles, your calves, knees, thighs, hips and buttocks, your back, your chest, the shoulders, your arms, and your head. And just allow the body to soften. Give yourself permission to remain still and just observe everything in the body. Give yourself permission to let go completely. And all you have to do is listen to my voice and follow the instructions for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to name parts of your body, and as I name them, you can silently, without moving, bring your awareness to that part and maybe repeat it in your mind. Let's start by just setting a sankalpa for your practice, which is a positive affirmation that you say to yourself in your mind 3 times. This affirmation is there to guide you towards your higher self. It is already within you, but feel that sankalpa inside. If you have one, say it to yourself now, 3 times. Could be simple like, I am calm, I am grounded. And then place your awareness to your breath. Feel as you inhale the rise of the chest, the rise of the belly button. And as you exhale, the softening, the drawing together, the releasing. Each breath a new moment, perfect in time, perfectly in tune with your mind, inhaling and exhaling. Each breath can root us back into the present moment, because we can't concentrate on 2 things at the same time, and we gently focus on one thing. We direct our mind to new pathways, not following the drama. Let's begin with a rotation of consciousness. Place your awareness to your right hand thumb, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, 5th finger, all fingers together. Feel the palm of your hand, the wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, shoulder blade, armpit, ribs, hip, buttock, thigh, knee, calf, shin, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, 2nd toe, 3rd toe, 4th toe, 5th toe. Feel the whole of the right side. The whole of the right side relaxes. Allow the whole of the right side of your body to soften and melt into the ground. Place your awareness to your left hand thumb, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, 5th finger, all fingers together, palm of the hand, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, shoulder blade, armpit, rib cage, hip, buttock, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Feel the whole of the left side. The whole of the left side relaxes. Allow it to soften. Now the big parts. Feel your head. Feel the whole of the head lying on the floor. Feel the crown, your forehead. Feel the eyebrows. Feel the area where your eyebrows meet. Feel both eyes, the corners of your eyes. Feel the eyeballs sink into your skull. Feel your nose. Feel your nostrils and feel the air coming in through both nostrils and breathing out through both nostrils. Feel your lips, top lip, bottom lip, the area where the lips meet. Feel your cheeks, your jaw. Feel your throat. Feel your collarbones, left collarbone, right collarbone. Feel your chest. Feel the whole of the left arm, from the shoulder down to the fingers. Feel the whole of your right arm, from the shoulders down to the fingers. Feel both arms together. Feel your torso. Explore the movements in your torso as the breath moves through it. Breathing in the chest, the mid and belly rises. As you breathe out, belly falls, chest sinks. Breathing in, chest rises, belly rises. Breathing out, belly sinks, chest falls. Feel your legs, the left leg from the buttocks and hips, past the knees to the feet. Feel the whole of the foot. Feel your right leg from the buttocks and hips, all the way past the knee to the foot. Feel the whole of the right foot. Feel both legs together. Feel both arms and both legs together. Feel the head and the torso together. Feel the whole body together. Feel the whole body together on the floor. Allow your whole body to melt into the ground. Soften and releasing. Entering into Shavasana. And as we're coming to the close of the class, you can either decide to stay here remaining for as as you like on your back. If you want to close the practice together, make yourself slowly, carefully up, stretching out the legs, starting to wiggling the fingers and toes, taking a deep breath in and reaching your arms up and over the head, bringing your awareness gently back to the body. And then when you feel ready, you can bring your knees into your chest and roll yourself over to one side. Take it slow, take it gentle. And once you're seated, or you can remain lying down, connecting to your heart center by placing the hands back into Anjali Mudra, or one hand on top of the other. Take a few breaths here, just breathing into the heart space. Noticing how your breath is now, how you are now. And I'm again going to close with 3 gentle humming Brahmari breath. Breathing in to chant. Wishing you all a wonderful evening. I hope you sleep very well. Namaste everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice tonight. Please drink some water, not too cold, just to flush out again the